Hey guys, what's going on? Giant David here, and welcome to PermissionsEx tutorial. In this video, I will be going over the config tutorial and in-game commands. Now to install it, I do not have a home server myself, so I will not be showing. But my server hosting has some personal stuff, so like passwords and stuff. So. Can't be showing that on YouTube. That would be bad. And then, so basically, to install it, go to the link in the description. Download not essentials. PermissionsEx. You must have a bucket server. So just download or go to the PermissionsEx page, and then on the right there's a blue download that has like an arrow pointing into a box. Just click on that. It'll bring you to a page with another arrow pointing to a box, and then just simply click on that and then hit save or save as, whatever you want to do with it, to save it, and then just put it in your plugins folder, and that's pretty much it. Worked for me. So let's get into the config. So basically, you just go into plugins, the plugin folder. To get to this, just go to the plugin folder, go to PermissionsEx, and then go to permissions.yml. So you might get something similar to this as a config. But if you do not have anything somehow, then all you need to do is just put groups, enter, and then 2 spaces, and then I prefer guest because that's pretty easy to remember. With a capital G, enter, 4 spaces, default, space, true. If you do not have the space, it will not work. You can also set that to false, but it'll be easier to have the default rank, like the lowest rank, first. So basically, default true is basically saying as soon as they join, they will have that rank. And then you're gonna hit enter again, 4 more spaces, or hit space 4 times, and then permissions, and then you're gonna do it again, 4 spaces, and then put a dash, space, and then the permission. So how this works is, if you have a plugin, usually it's the plugin name, but you can look up the permission config file on the internet for a specific plugin. So, for an example, say they're doing, I don't know if this is a real plugin name, but say there's a plugin called survival games. Well, obviously there's survival games, but yeah. Okay, so the plugin name, because there might be like it might be like MC Survival Games or Hardcore Survival Games, something like that. But usually it's the plugin name dot the command. So if it's like leave or something, just put the command. Or if it's like, if there's like different kinds of ways you can enter the command, and what I mean by that is like survivalgames.join. Maybe there's a specific arena you can join, like I don't know, arena high. Just put a .high. So we're just gonna add a couple essentials. Actually, I'm just gonna put 2. You can put as many as you want. I think that's how you do it. So after you put all your permissions and stuff, for guest, or member, or I have it member on my server. Well, I don't have this is guest. In the config it's guest, but I have the prefix set to member, so I'll explain that a little bit. So yeah, alright, so let's move on to, well, as I was saying before, I forgot what I was saying, but now I remember. Okay, so, in my opinion, the first is the hardest to do, because you have to write the most permissions, but the rest is pretty simple. You just need to add a little something to the end, which I'm going to show you. So 4 spaces again, and then you're just going to put prefix :space parenthesis. If you do not have the space and the parenthesis, it will not work. So then you're just going to put and then whatever color you want the default rank to be. So I'm just going to make it gray, which is N7. And then you must have brackets, so I'm just going to put a bracket and then member. And then I'm going to put N7 again. So at the N7 at the end is basically telling the config or telling the server that you want their name to be N7, which is gray. So then you must put another parentheses or it'll corrupt the file. And if you have any troubles, there's a link down in the description. It checks the config for you to see if there's any errors. It's pretty cool. I use it a lot. So yeah. So that's basically it for the first rank. So if you want to make another rank, you're gonna do 2 spaces and then put the rank name. This is not the prefix. This will not show up in chat. That will not show up in chat. Whatever you set the prefix to will show up in chat. So if you're like adding someone to a group, do not add them to the group member, add them to the group guest, because it'll make them the member. So basically, it's basically set up the same way, except you don't need the groups and the default, because groups is at the top of the config. You don't need that. You don't really need to worry about that. And then default is you only have one default rank. So, all right. Then you're just gonna do 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Permissions : 4 spaces again, dash, space, and then you can add all the permissions for the rank that you are making. So this is admin, so let's do essentials.fly, essentials.kick, essentials.ban, stuff like that. Alright, now to give admin rank all the permissions that guests have without copying and pasting or rewriting all the permissions up here that are up here, all you need to do is enter, space it 4 times, and write inheritance. You're just going to write inheritance, enter, and then you're going to space it 4 times, and then dash, space, and then just put whatever this says. So mine says guest, so I'm just going to put a guest. And then, of course, space it 4 times, and then you're just going to add the prefix, space parenthesis, and then maybe you want the brackets to be red, bracket, and then maybe you want the admin, like before the name where it says admin, maybe you want it to be, I don't know, gold, so it's N6, admin, and then you're going to do another N4 to make the other bracket red, and then you're just, of course, going to put their name, so let's make it N1 for blue, parenthesis, and yeah, so just continue on with this. That's kind of it for the config. You can do pretty cool stuff, but yeah, let's go into the in-game commands. Alright, so we are now going to use the command. We're going to promote this butter guy here to admin. So we're going to do /PEX space group space admin user add, and then his username, which is pooping butter. And then here we're going to do that. It's going to say user pooping butter or whatever the username was added to admin. Tell them to talk. Alright, and now you can see in my personal config I made it blue brackets and green text from admin. If you want to know how to make the color text, just request it as a tutorial. But there's one more thing left that I need to say. It's how to demote somebody. You can't really type a command, or it doesn't really work correctly. So we're gonna go back to the config, and I will teach you how to demote somebody. So to demote somebody, say if they're abusing their powers or something, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is just go into the config, and all the way at the bottom of the config you'll find something that looks like this. It has all the usernames and groups that they have. All you need to do, say I want to demote Shadow Cookie. I'm just going to highlight all of his stuff. I'm going to highlight his name, his group, and all of his groups that I promoted him into. And I'm just going to hit backspace. And then I'm going to hit backspace again, so there's no space right here, because that would mess up the file. But yeah, so that's basically it. If you have any questions, comment down below. Please share if this helped you and you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. But yeah, so that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.